Today, we're going to talk about fibromyalgia and food. We're going to talk about food as it relates to pain, fatigue, and brain fog. So stay with me. Let me take a quick minute to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Mark Dailey. I am a doctor of chiropractic, certified in functional medicine, have advanced education in functional endocrinology, functional blood chemistry, the brain and neurotransmitters, as well as thyroid function. I'm president of Birmingham Functional Medicine. I am author of the program Fibromyalgia Heroes and the founder of Fibromyalgia University. And I don't say that to impress you. I simply want you to know that my roots go down very deep where fibromyalgia is concerned. What I want you to recognize first and foremost is that you will not, in most cases, alleviate all the symptoms of fibromyalgia with diet alone. My clinical experience shows that there are always multiple levels of involvement, multiple layers of dysfunction, if you will, but food definitely plays a major role in fibromyalgia pain and fibromyalgia flare-ups. So fibromyalgia in food is important for several reasons. When I think of food, I think in terms of foods that kill and foods that heal. So in order to get the most out of your diet, you have to remove the foods that are known to cause inflammation, the foods that are most often involved in food sensitivities. Now, the information I'm about to share comes after 15 years of doing lab testing on fibromyalgia patients looking for specifically food sensitivities. Not everyone has the same food allergies, but these are the ones that I most commonly see. Foods on the top of the list are dairy products, which is actually the number one allergen in America, wheat and grain, many of which contain gluten, as well as corn and soy, because they're genetically modified. I also see a number of people that have a food sensitivity to egg. What we're seeing with food sensitivities is your immune system responding when you eat these foods. So basically, larger than normal proteins slip from your gut into your blood, and it causes an immune system flare-up. And that causes systemic or system-wide inflammation that actually flares up your pain, flares up your brain fog, and your fatigue as well. Something else I need to mention are fried foods, foods that are fried in bad fats. And so bad fats are what we would call pro-inflammatory. They increase inflammation. Also, processed foods are high in bad fats. So those are things that we really need to avoid if we want to calm our immune system and reduce fibromyalgia flares. So foods that contain sugar or foods that turn to sugar quickly are also known to cause fibromyalgia flare-ups. Now, let me share a really general concept with you. Remove foods that harm, add foods that heal. It seems so simple that most people don't do the thing that makes the most sense. One of the problems I see with those suffering with fibromyalgia is that they're looking for a magic pill or a remedy while completely ignoring the low-hanging fruit. In other words, they're not changing the things that are easiest to change, that will actually bring results. Now, these are things that make sense not only for the fibromyalgia sufferer, but for everyone in America who wants to enjoy better health. Now, better health always starts with your knife and your fork. And Hippocrates was known as the father of modern medicine. He said, let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. But he also said, all disease starts in the gut. So we want to remove foods that cause trouble and don't nourish you while we add foods that bring elements your body needs to promote healthy function. Now, the more food you eat, the more work your gastrointestinal system has to perform, which means it has less time for maintenance functions like detoxifying, killing bad cells, and other important metabolic functions. So if we're eating refined and processed foods like gluttons, our body is continually struggling to break them down, assimilate them, and use what they can for energy. Foods that heal would include green leafy vegetables, as well as non-starchy vegetables, as well as grain-fed organic meats. These are examples of nutritionally dense foods. So let me finish by saying, if you can narrow the window of eating and go longer in a fasted state, that will give your body an opportunity to start healing your gastrointestinal system and do the maintenance that's required for good health. So let's say that your last meal of the day is at 7 p.m. and instead of eating breakfast, you may drink a healthy shake. And don't eat until noon. You've given your body 17 hours to do maintenance. I guarantee you that one thing alone will make a positive change. The benefit of applying these simple principles will be less pain, fewer flare-ups, better quality sleep, less brain fog, and more energy. So let me make another disclaimer here if I can. Food and food sensitivities are always part of the healing equation, but it is never the only thing that has to be done. The lab testing that we do reveals additional roadblocks to health. Some of the more common things I see in addition to food sensitivities would be yeast overgrowth, environmental toxicity, heavy metal toxicity, pathogenic bacteria, leaky gut syndrome, hidden viral infections, detoxification issues, autoimmune diseases, and bacterial dysbiosis, just to name a few. Now, using a functional medicine approach and advanced laboratory testing helps me determine these underlying roadblocks to recovery. So if you apply these simple principles, it will be the first step on the road to recovery, but not the only one needed. Now, if you would like additional help from me, I do virtual consultations, and of course, we have a fibromyalgia coaching and implementation recovery program known as Fibromyalgia Heroes. I'm going to leave a link in the description to the additional resources that I have available, as well as a link to help you find organic meat at a reasonable price. So if the information has been helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel, and I wish you, as always, the very best of health.